All right, we are live in the group. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's good to see you here. We are so excited for everything we've got to share with you today. Oh my gosh, I know. Here we are. Perfect. I see us. This is great. Hello. Let's see. Get some shout outs here. We've got Jenny and let's see here. Oh, Jenny tagging lots of people. That's awesome. Catherine. Hello. Tanya. Hello. And who else do we got here? All right. Yeah, guys, pop in where you're joining us from. Valpuri, Donna, good to see you guys. Linda, great to see you. Luann, yay. I love it.
Hey, Ruth.
Love it, love it. Hey, Heather, how are you? And one of my North Carolina friends. Good to see you. Nice. So perfect. All right, guys. Well, who here is having an awesome week? First of all, bet you drop us a big old me below. And also, who is excited for today's training? That is what I want to know. Who is excited for this training? I know I am. I know I've had people reaching out to me all week because people are dying to know, how do we get so much momentum? How did we get our teams to grow so fast? How did we really get this to happen and have more than 80 rank advancements in a 90-day period? And the cool thing is we are starting our next 90-day period. We're in week, and already last week we finished out the first week so strong. And Whitney likes our shirts. So, and we've got something in the works too, which Ruth and I are kind of finalizing the design on, but we've got some team shirts coming for a bunch of you. So, Catherine, yes, the video has started. And all right, perfect. So let's see here. Just trying to see if you are new, guys. If you are new this week, drop in new below before we dive into this training.
And I want to welcome Hillary from Illinois. Welcome, Hillary.
All right. I love it. Let's see here. Well, all right. I see Marlo on and Karen on and Donna. This is awesome. Welcome, guys. Gustavo, good to see you. Well, we are excited. We want to share with you, a lot of you know kind of some of this backstory that Ruth and I really worked for a good solid 8 months putting the system together for our team. And of course, we are constantly adding new things as people are coming in and getting up to speed with everything that we're doing. But we're excited because this is something, we had both struggled for so many years in network marketing of really having a duplicatable system. And we've cracked the code. We have got that duplicatable system, and we're here to share with you how to do it. So if you're, a leader here and looking for ways to grow your team, you're going to love what we've got for you today. And we just can't wait to share it.
Absolutely. So let's dive right in. I'm going to share my screen and just give me 1 second.
Love it.
And we go down here.
Oh. What you got there? There we go.
My screen?
Yep, you can if you just make it bigger now, well, I think we'll be all set.
There we go.
Yay, success. All right. Well, welcome to this week's training, guys. We are going to be teaching you all about how to use Facebook groups so that you can grow a massive downline in your business.
And this is the exact same system that we put together and took 8 months for us to put together, but we cracked the code. There was a lot of trial and error, but we're sharing it with you today so you can create the same kind of momentum on your team.
And think about this. It must be so easy for them to find prospects and recruit, right? You have to have a system where it's easy for your people to recruit. Recruiting is probably the thing that most people in every company really have a challenge with. And so what we're going to show you is how it's going to be easy.
The truth is, it is easy. And I remember, Trish, watching in my early network marketing career, leaders on the stage thinking, how is it so easy for them and why is it so hard for me? And I was doing everything they told me to do. But the truth is, when you do have a system in place, particularly the system that we've created, it is easy.
Yeah. And so guys, we enjoy the same prospecting and recruiting advantage that your company leaders enjoy, right? So that's where we used to be as well, is we're like, gosh, we want to have this team of people who actually want to build the company, and we're going to show you how to do that. So, one of the biggest things is building that know, like, and trust with people, right? You can't just get people added to your team if they don't know, like, and trust you. You're going to have that. But leaders, have that with so many people already because they've been in the industry or they just have a different network than you have. And they're already successful with lots of credibility. So, as you're sitting back, you're thinking, man, it's got to be so much easier for them. Well, first of all, they had to go through the hard times too. It wasn't always easy, right? They had plenty of people who said no, but it can really look that way. And so we're going to show you how it can be easy for you as well. And the other thing too is, we have been able to help over 3,000 struggling network marketers find their own success. And so Ruth and I have been able to work with so many people and really start to learn how you can build that relationship better with people.
But here's the thing, guys. We created this kind of prospecting and recruiting advantage long before we were even successful. So we had been doing it a long time. In fact, our first few years of network marketing, in the beginning, it did nothing for our credibility. In fact, many of my own friends and family and people on Facebook that I was friends with, they didn't want to talk to me anymore. They wouldn't pick up the phone anymore. Some people even blocked me on Facebook. And what we were doing back then, A, wasn't working very well, and B, we were ruining our circle of influence.
Yeah. And I just want to give a quick shout out here. Tanya says she is new. I know I see some other names I've not seen before either, but just hello, Tanya. Thanks for joining us. So guys, let's turn back the clock, right? When Ruth and I both got started in network marketing, we did have credibility, but we were both CPAs, and I was running my own accounting business, and Ruth was the COO of a mid-sized high-tech company. We had credibility in our careers for sure, right? So people knew us as people who could be successful, but it's not always that way when you get into this space.
So in our first years, we did what a lot of people do. We made a list of friends and family. We approached everyone in our warm market. So I went through my contact list on my phone. I went through my email list. I went through my Facebook friends and contacted them all. We prospected strangers in public. I know, Trish, you were a big mall shark. I was really big into home parties. I was having home parties almost weekly. Inviting people into my home, spending the whole day cleaning. Sometimes no one would show up. We did a lot of one-on-one coffee meetings, went to meetups, did that kind of thing, and did hundreds, literally, of three-way calls. So in our first years, we were really, really busy.
But unfortunately, we did make some money, but not nearly what we knew was possible. And, the thing is too, when you're putting in this time, it gets to, you start calculating out what you're making, and it's literally pennies on the dollar, right? And it's just frustrating because you're putting in so much time, but you're just not seeing that result. Even though you're making money, it's not the money that you deserve or that you should be making.
Certainly not for the amount of work we were putting in.
No.
I actually calculated at once, and I think it was less than $1 an hour.
Yes. And I remember thinking, this isn't even worth it.
And even worse, guys, together, we ended up spending a whole lot more than what we were making, or a whole lot more than what we should have been spending based on what we were making. So those things were spent on hotel rooms, conferences, meals at conferences, drinks at conferences, flyers, catalogs, business cards. I even bought leads at one point, and that was a disaster. There's some people I know on this training here, they invested in the dialer, the dreaded dialer, and on auto ship, right? So a lot of product coming in and kind of sitting on the shelf for a while.
Yeah. And as CPAs too, guys, like, we realize you have to make an investment in your business. Like, it is important to make an investment in your business. but at the same time, it just, you've got to find a way to get it to work.
When it goes on and on and on, that only investment is happening and the money isn't coming in. That's when you have to say, time out. Yeah. We got to evaluate what we're doing here.
Exactly. And that's where we realized, that what we were doing was not working, right? And spending a lot of time to make very little bit of money was not working. It came to be a time that, this is time away from your family and you don't mind doing it if you can see that there's going to be a result. But when you're just spinning your wheels over and over and over and over, and that's not happening, then something has to change. And so we quit the way traditional MLM was being taught. We both went out and sought out mentorship. We were done with the old school methods, and we were done spamming social media, because the truth is, there were lots of people who were successful who we knew we could do it. We just knew we needed the right tools to do it.
So we decided to put our business caps on. I mean, we're both CPAs, and it was time to just stop following the masses. And we knew we needed to start thinking smarter and start working smarter, not harder, right? So we stepped back and evaluated, what do real businesses do to grow their businesses, right? Because I know I was just blindly following what the leaders were telling me in my network marketing business. So we started looking out on social media and saw some people absolutely crushing it on social media. And, we kind of figured out some of the pieces of what they were doing, but it was all the underlying layers that were a big mystery to us. We also took away a look at the way traditional businesses do marketing, right? Because that's real marketing. We looked at things like, what do they do to get new people in the door or new people to their website? Well, they do targeting. They do things that are, they put out things that are valuable to people to attract them. So we put the two together, what traditional business does and what the people who were crushing their MLM on social media were doing. We put them together, and that's where the magic started to happen.
So we really started to leverage the place where the people are, right? I mean, you think about this. There are 2.7 billion, with a B, monthly active users on Facebook, and 1.66 billion people logged into Facebook daily. Now, I don't know about you, but I am not seeing 2.7 billion people at the mall, nor do I want to, for that matter. But think about this, I remember always trying to say, okay, I know the people who want to build a business are here on Facebook. How do I find them? How do I get my content in front of those people? Because they're here. And because out of 2.7 billion, that there's got to be millions who are interested in this space that we're in. It's just a matter of finding them. And Facebook Messenger, 1.3 billion people use the Messenger each month. That is huge, right? Just massive. And Instagram, 1 billion monthly active users as well. So just think about this. If you can get what you have in front of the people who are actually looking for it, right? What kind of a difference is that going to make in your business? I mean, it's huge. Instead of talking to everybody, now you're talking to the right people. And what better way than on a platform where everybody already participates?
So what we want to do now is share with you exactly what we did that created some really, I'm going to say, pretty darn cool momentum in the last 3 months in our business. So we're going to be showing you how to use a simple, duplicatable Facebook group system. It's the same one that allowed us to recruit over 300 new reps into our business in 90 days. We saw 60 or 80 plus rank advancements on our team. So not only were we winning, but our team was winning, right? And that's where the sweet spot is in network marketing. If you have a system that is simple, that your team can plug into and duplicate, everyone wins. And that's what this business is all about anyway, is about getting everyone to win. In fact, we have new reps who have never made a dime in network marketing, doing things in a month, 2 months, 2.5 months, like covering car payments, making mortgage payments, putting money aside for their kids' education. And these are real wins, right? Real wins, people making real money their first couple of months in a brand new business. So this group system works. And we want to share with you just one of those testimonials from our team who has, Brittany here has plugged into our system. So Trish, why don't you share this? I love this post.
I do too. And it's so great too, because we've got other team members who, for instance, with their full-time job, like they do okay, but they don't ever have enough money to do a family vacation every year. But this business allows them to do family vacations, right? So great. But I love, and Brittany's here. This was her post. This week, I paid my entire June car payment with money made in my side business from May. $601. I'm blown away. I've always seen the potential in a business model that creates residual income, but I've never experienced this type of success that I have in the last 90 days before. When you learn relevant skills, plan well, work smarter, create new habits, and align yourself with the right people, success will chase you. Now, just think about this, guys. If as you're getting started, now, granted, long term, you want to be covering more than your car payment, but if in your first 90 days, you could be covering your car payment every month at $600, how huge is that? Right? Just for doing what you love to do, having fun while doing it, and learning a new skill set in the process. Love that. Thank you for sharing, Brittany.
Yeah, thank you, Brittany. And the other cool thing, guys, is imagine if you have team members rank advancing really quickly. What kind of story does that help create for them? It's a story of success, right? And that's going to help them create more recruits who will become attracted to that success, right? So super important to have a system that sets people up for success, and it actually duplicates on your team and creates momentum.
Love it.
So let me ask you, what is your current situation? Now, maybe you're building traditionally. So drop us a 1 in the comments if you're watching us today and you're building your business traditionally, meaning, you're making a list of friends and family. Maybe you're attending coffee meetings, or you're having coffee over Zoom. You're hosting home parties. Maybe you're hosting online parties. You're attending meetings. You're talking to people in Starbucks or in the grocery store. And you feel like your friends and family don't want to hear it anymore. Very few people maybe bought your products, and maybe only a handful of people have said yes to your opportunity. You find you spend too much time away from home on your home business. So home could mean going out, or home could mean sitting in front of a computer on Zoom, right? You feel like prospecting strangers is totally weird. And in today's age of COVID, that prospecting strangers also means sending those "hey girl" messages on Messenger to strangers, hoping that someone will respond to you. So if you're building traditionally, drop us a 1. We're curious.
Yep, we see one up here. We're getting a few. So that's the thing, guys. And think about it. And it's not even, like Ruth was saying, it's not even just the total old school methods anymore, or attending hotel meetings. But if you're going into groups and just sending, those crazy messages every day, or you're posting about your products, you're posting about your company, those are still spammy ways. Like, it's still, even though it's online, it's still like a very traditional way to do it, right? So if you're doing things, drop us a 1. And you're building on social media, right? Again, if you're posting the pictures of your products, hoping someone's going to buy, first of all, you are a spammer. Let's just be real here. You are a spammer. And I know that that's where I was at one time. I know that's where Ruth was. I can promise you, I feel so much better about my business. Like, I was such a spam. When people asked me what I did, I was kind of embarrassed to say what I did. Now when people ask me, I'm so proud to share what I do. It's so different. But asking people, oh my gosh, I just shared this with our team the other day. I found Facebook reminded me of a post I made like 8 years ago. I'm looking for 5 more people to join my team. I'm looking for go-getters. I'm looking for those high achievers. Who wants this? Who wants to make a little extra money, right? Friending strangers you don't know, just so you can have prospects on your friends list to spam some more, right? If that's what you're doing. This is still a very traditional way. And then these new friends don't interact with you and often block you because your post looks spammy. Nothing annoys me more, I can promise you, than when I get a friend request and literally I'll be kind and see, oh, we have a few friends in common. Let me accept it. And I kid you not, within 30 seconds tops, boom, got one of those, hey girl messages. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, we know nothing, you know? Now, here's the thing. It's cool to connect with people on social media. You actually can meet a lot of great friends on social media. You just have to do it the right way. And that's what we're going to share with you.
It's funny. Whitney says, I used to think that posting, I'm looking for 5 new people to join, was attraction marketing. Haha. Cringe. And guys, we don't mean to laugh if you're doing this, because we all did it. We did it. I did it. I used to post that post, I'm looking for 5 new people, when I felt desperate.
Here's the thing. I actually have these saved in Word files on my computer. I need to go pull them sometimes just to show some shots of how I had all these spammy scripts saved. And then replies to all of them. So when somebody, I had a nice copy paste message to go back with that was just as spammy as the post that was out there. So just crazy. And I see Hillary says, yeah, I did that earlier today. Oh my God. Well, Hillary, we're so glad you're here so you can learn some new ways.
Totally. And Hillary, you can see you're in good company. All the people who said, yep, I did that too.
We've all been guilty.
Yeah. Now, if you've tried using social media, using curiosity the right way, now it can work, but results can be slow, right? It can take time. You have to show up over and over again with those curiosity posts before people actually get confident enough to reach out to you. The other thing is your posts aren't being seen. This could be happening. Your posts aren't seen like they once were because of the Facebook algorithm. So you may be making posts, but you're not getting any engagement on it because no one's seeing it. No one's asking for more information on your curiosity posts. And really, you're just tired of the social media work without the results. It can be exhausting, right? When you're posting over and over and over and over again and seeing no results.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And I swear, this is me. I don't know where you got this picture, but this is me. I was sitting there going, oh my God, when will this ever work, right? When will recruiting and duplication ever kick in? That was me so many years ago. Just frustrated, right? You can see the frustration on her face. And she's a professional. Look at her. She's dressed up. People just want better ways.
So in each of the 3 strategies we just talked about, you may find yourself without quality prospects or perhaps no prospects at all, right? Drop us a me in the comments if you've ever in your career in network marketing felt like you had no one left to talk to. You're making little to no money. Oh, I did a typo there. No money. Perhaps even going in the hole, right? Which is not good. You're no closer to finding the financial freedom that you desired when you first started. And you're certainly no closer to time freedom because all of your spare time's consumed with talking to the wrong people, right?
That right there, Ruth, was probably one of the #1 reasons that I went and sought out mentorship and new skills. Because I remember I went and recruited like 10 or 15 people over like a 30-day period. And I was so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm finally got some people in my business. Half of them went into the witness protection program before I could ever talk to them. Then probably a quarter of them had no money to do anything. And then a quarter of them said they wanted to do something, but maybe one out of all of them actually ever did anything. And I was like, that's it. I'm just done. Like, I have to have a better way. This was way too much work for no return.
100%. I had the same experience.
And this was me, like, as you're not close to quitting your JOB. For me, I wanted nothing more than to be able to work my network marketing business full time. I wanted to be done with my accounting business. I really was sick and tired of being limited on when I could do things because I was always doing audits for other people, doing payroll for other people, and they had certain dates they had to be done. And anything in the accounting world, like dates are not flexible. Like it has to be done on these certain dates or there's these big penalties. And I just knew that, quitting wasn't going to be an option if I didn't come up with a better way. So if that is you guys, just drop a relate below if you can relate to all of that.
So for those of you who are watching today, if you're already making six figures, congratulations. You're certainly one of the few in the network marketing industry. And we're glad that you're here exploring other ways to build your business. But here's the thing about six figures, and we know this because we've seen and we've coached other six-figure income earners. These are the common complaints. You're likely to have very little free time. You're likely still recruiting to backfill all the people who are leaving because, a lot of times we end up recruiting not the right people. In addition to your recruiting, you're spending hours training your team and traveling to meet them and traveling to open markets. The demand for your time becomes literally out of control, and that promise of time freedom just doesn't exist. So we, in our coaching, we've seen top leaders, though, the promise of time freedom was there, they just aren't living it. They are literally running.
Yeah. And that's when we said it has to be different, right? And so think about this. How would it be different if you had something to offer the right people that attracted them to you? So the A players, the go-getters, the people who really want this, right? How would it feel how would it be different if you had a group to plug them into where they received value and didn't feel sold to, okay? So giving them valuable information. And how would it be different if they started to see you and your team members as a valuable resource to help them solve their biggest problem? This is huge, guys, if people can start seeing this from you, right? And think, how would it be different if you were thankful that you connected with them and shared with valuable content? And that is one of the things that I love is I feel like everything that Ruth and I share with people helps them in some way. Like it really is something beneficial to them. And how would it be different if you had a way to create influence fast instead of the slow doing it all alone online way, right? And the way that we teach people, you can get all of this. And the more exciting thing is that Ruth and I have been masterminding all week, and we've got so many new things we are adding to our system that's going to take it even to that next level. Because I know that this is what's been great for us.
And what if you had a highly duplicatable group funnel system, the same system that we use, that your team could plug into with ease? And ease is the operative word there, guys. It's got to be easy, okay?
So guys, if this is sounding good to you, drop us some love hearts, all right? Give us some of those love hearts. So the 3-group funnel system, right? This is the exact system we have used in our team, our network marketing team, to create the results that we've outlined to you. Groups are a very simple way to set up a duplicatable, very low-tech funnel system for your team. But let's caution you, it's simple, but it does take work, right? So it takes work because you've got to get the framework set up, obviously, and then you've got to get the content in. You've got to know what type of content to do. There's a lot of things with it, but I'm telling you, it's worth it.
So here's the thing. The truth is 95% of your team in reality really just wants to plug into a really easy system to use, right? So if you're here today and you're watching and you're a go-getter, and I know you are if you're spending your time here with us today, the time it takes to put this system together is worth it because your team will be able to plug into it easily and you'll start seeing duplication. Most people aren't going to want to create this on their own. Most people don't want to create their own funnels or opt-ins, right? If they do create their own funnels and opt-ins, just know they're not always easy to get to convert. And when I say convert, I mean getting people to actually get to the point to join your team. It's a highly developed skill to have a funnel. And, as part of our system, we provide some of those things to the people we work with. in terms of converting funnels, but trying to create one on your own, not that easy. And most people don't want to do things like run ads. They don't have an advertising budget, especially when they're just starting in a network marketing business, right? They probably haven't made money yet starting out. So you've got to have something that is easy for your team to plug into, doesn't require an ad spend, and anyone can do it.
Yeah. So guys, if that is making sense, drop us a truth below. Hashtag truth. So job as a leader, guys, is to set up a system for you so that you can have massive success, right? Once you put this together, it's about teaching your new team members to use a system so that they too can have this massive success. You know, it, like Ruth said, is so worth it if you're a leader and this is something that you want to do for your business. Because then giving something really simple that you can teach your team to duplicate is going to save you so much time going forward.
So there's 3 simple steps to creating your groups. We're going to dive into these steps in a minute, but I want to outline them for you. These steps are so important, guys, because we see in all of the people we've coached, we've seen people try to create group systems that end up flopping because they get no engagement, no growth, and eventually the person who's running them just abandons them because they feel like it's too much work for no engagement, no growth. And there's all these abandoned groups on Facebook. So these are the 3 steps that are critical, absolutely critical to making this system work. Number 1 is the way you set your groups up. Number 2 is creating excitement around your groups. And number 3 is the way people are invited into the groups. And we're going to dive into these.
So step 1, guys, is the setup, right? And real quickly, Whitney says, I tried. It was so hard to do myself. Yes, it is if you don't have the right pieces, to put together for sure. But here are the 3 types of groups that you're going to need for your business, right? So we're going to give you the goods here. 1 are the prospecting groups for recruiting entrepreneurs, right? So that's the first thing you need, a prospecting group. This is where you're going to be able to have a place for team members to be sending prospects where you're going to help them recruit them into your business, okay? And the great thing about this is you're going to be providing value in these groups so that you can actually be getting those quality people, be building that know, like, and trust with them. The second thing is the team group, and this is for your new team members. So after people are prospects, once they decide to actually join your team, you need to have them in a team group so that they can plug into your next phase of content. And then you need to have a prospecting group for all your potential new customers. Okay, so again, providing value in these groups, but having this group where, people who are talking to people about products or people who are reaching out about benefits of certain products, you need to have a place that you can put them where they can sit back and evaluate and get more information.
So I want to go over right now what it looks like, the stages of a prospect online. And this is a really, really important concept. And as you notice on the left-hand side, it looks like a funnel, right? So this group system is actually a sales funnel. Now, typically we think of sales funnels as being capture pages and thank you pages and sales pages and all of this complicated technology. This group system is a sales funnel. So the first phase of, having a prospect online is through awareness. Awareness is your content on Facebook and Instagram. Okay. When you have engaging content, valuable content that people are curious about, then you're going to create awareness about who you are and what you're doing. And in fact, in a well-built system, you will actually be providing your team with some examples of Facebook posts and Instagram posts to help them get started, right? The second phase is interest. So when someone sees the post and maybe they express interest on the Facebook Live or on the written post by leaving a comment, or maybe you have an interesting story that you've posted and they've left a comment, That's when we move interested prospects into Messenger. It's that conversation that is so important. It's not dropping a link to people. It's not sending them to your sales page. It's about having a conversation with people in Messenger to really understand what they're looking for and then invite them to the appropriate group. Inside the group, we move into nurturing people. That's where they become a lead. They're inside the group, and now they have an opportunity to evaluate information, whether it's on the business side, whether it's on, they have a chance to see how your team trains, or if it's on the product side, right? And then once they've had a chance to evaluate, and if the group is run right and it's got some excitement in it, remember we talked about excitement, then that prospect is going to have an opportunity to have a really good evaluation. That's when you follow up and close, right? The close is the purchase or the new recruit. And again, oftentimes that's done on Zoom, on a phone call, on Skype. It generally doesn't just happen in a little written text. We have to, even with a funnel system, I don't care if it's a group funnel system or a complex, sales funnel. In the end, we're in a relationship business and have to have those conversations to bring people into our business, welcome them in, and answer their questions, right?
Love it. Guys, if this is making sense to you so far, drop a yes below. All right, just give us a yes. So to dive into this a little more, we want to talk to you a little bit about the difference between prospecting groups and team groups. Okay, so prospecting groups are all about adding value. It's helping people evaluate whether they want to join your team or purchase some of your products, right? So you want to make sure that you're giving value in there and you're not just spamming them with information. They've got to have a reason to show up. There's got to be something in there that's in it for them besides just joining you in your business or buying something from you, okay? A team group on the other side, this is a group for the people who have already said yes to your business opportunity. They are there for trainings, for recognition, for announcements. Now, again, there's value, but it's a different type of value because now it's all about the how-to, right? You're specifically sharing with them the trainings on the how-to so that they can get plugged in and start getting results as well, all right? And these groups, guys, they can be a lot of work to get going in the beginning because you have to create momentum and energy and get people in there and have great content and be consistent. You've got to show up every single week. Like you can't miss, right? And that's why sometimes it can be hard to do this on your own. But it's why you can really only start with one at a time and you need to go in phases as you're doing this. Because if you try to do it all at once, you're going to fall flat on your face, right? You're going to fail. And failure is okay because we're going to learn from it. But it's only okay if you're going to learn from it and move forward and not just give up. And so Ruth and I are all about being real. We're all about just giving you the truth and telling you what it is. And so it's what I want to share with you. Yes, it's worth it, but yes, it's a lot of work.
And I love that you said that, Trish, because this is the system we created and we went through all of that. We started our groups with 2 people in and we showed up every week live, even when there were, only a handful of people in that group. So this system works, but it does take work and you have to be committed and a little bit tenacious to believe in it and keep moving forward. So step 2, guys, is creating excitement, because without excitement around this group system, it's going to end up being one of those abandoned groups, right? And I got to tell you, back when I first started on social media, I had a Facebook group that just kind of fizzled out because no one was excited. So you want to get your team excited about using the groups. You've got to create some hype on social media about it. So here's some tips on how to do that. Number 1, get your whole team involved. Okay. Announce it to your team on your team calls, whether you have one team member or thousands of team members. Announce it. Teach people in your trainings how to use it effectively. Get people excited about using it, right? Show them the potential of it. Have a mission to share with your team. So when I say that, your team mission has to be bigger than just selling some product and earning some money. Have a team mission that you can share so that people get excited about bringing people into these groups. I know our team, one of our missions is to help 5,000 families go from 1,000 a month to 1,000 a week. And we're taking part of those proceeds and donating it to our favorite charity. So our team is super excited about bringing people into this mission. Hype your group on social media. So let your people know, your social media following, what they're missing out on if they don't join, right? So that could be like little teaser videos about what's happening in the group, little teaser posts about what you've learned. And if they want more information about it, they can go to this group and watch a full video. So give people little teasers so that they start to have a little bit of FOMO and they want in, right? So you got to make it exclusive. Not everyone can join. Okay. People have to ask, people have to be invited, and create that FOMO. The next thing is share your results of using the group system with your team. Because if you can highlight someone who maybe brought someone to the group and they ended up joining the business or ended up becoming a customer, the rest of your team is going to get super excited about plugging in. But if you aren't sharing results, then your team is going to, or your groups are going to be kind of flatlining. People won't be using them and they won't be growing. So make sure you're sharing your results with your team.
All right. So everybody excited about that, right? Drop us an excited below if you are loving what you're getting so far today, all right? So step 3 is the invite, all right? So now that you're all set up, it's time to fill your group with quality prospects. And I just want to share with you here, this is where quality is way over quantity, right? You would much rather have 500 really engaged people than 5,000 not so engaged people. You really want to have some quality people in your group. So the first thing that you need to do is teach people how to passively invite through social media posts. When I say passively, I mean, you're not just going to sit there and tell them all the goods. You're not just going to tell them everything. You've got to create a little curiosity around it, and kind of talk about some of the things that you're sharing. And so giving your team some social media posts that they can share, it's going to help do this. It's going to help people be like, I want to know more. I want to know more. I want to know more. And that's how you're going to be able to get some of these people into the group. Secondly, you're going to want to teach people how to directly invite through Messenger. So again, give your team some social media scripts to help them with the words. Because a lot of times people just, I remember, I would put out a post and someone would respond and I'm like, well, now what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say back? Okay, wait, people are interested? And this is back in my old spammy days. But if you can give people some really good common responses to come back with, it's going to help them start to be able to have these conversations easier. And when they can respond in a great way, you're going to get more people who are actually going to follow through with joining into your group. All right. Third, teach people how to invite through Facebook Lives and then directing to the groups for a deeper dive into the topic. So, I actually love doing this one. I feel like this is honestly one of the easiest ways, even though they're all pretty simple when you think about it. But doing a very short training that talks a little bit about the topic, but then letting them know that you've got this deep dive training. If they want to know more, to drop, something below so that you can give them the link to get registered to get into the group. But that the only way that they're going to get that information is as they come into your group. All right. So again, it's that fear of missing out. It's giving them just enough that they're like, oh my God, I need to know more. It's a great way to then be able to get people into the group. And then you want to ATM your prospects and bring them, to a call. What that means is you're going to be adding them obviously to your group. We have a nice automated link that our awesome tech guy has put together for us that we can give to people where they can come through the bot, answer the questions, everything in there to get added to the group. But once they're in, it's really about then tagging your prospect into the right post, into the right live, into the right content that you've already discussed with them or kind of put out there for them. And then messaging them with, you yourself, your prospect, and then your upline, right? So that you can be talking about getting them on a call. But really what you're doing is you're introducing that third party expert, right? Because it doesn't matter how much you know, a third party in the prospect's mind is going to have more valuable information to share than you're going to have to share. So getting them so that they can get on that three-way Zoom, with somebody valuable who's going to help close them for you.
So drop us some or hit some of those love heart emojis, guys, if this is making sense to you and if you're excited about setting up a group system to help you build your team. So you may be thinking, this sounds like a lot of work to put together. The setup, the hype and excitement, the invites, the scripts, the team training, the team buy-in. Plus, there's something we didn't mention. All of this can be automated as well. And that's not a topic for today. That's a deeper dive. But you might be thinking it sounds like a lot of work.
And here's the thing, guys. It is a lot of work, right? Like we, hands down, being 100% truthful with you guys, it is a lot of work. But wouldn't you agree that anything like that is worth it? If it gets you where you want to go, isn't it worth it? And, one of the things that I used to tell myself for so long was, when I would think about, okay, how much work network marketing can be, and even putting a system like this together, I thought, it's okay. I'm going to either work for myself to get myself where I want to go, or I'm going to go work for somebody else. It's always going to be a lot of work. Just pick which work you want to put your time into, right? So, we've talked about this before. It took us 8 months of trial and error building this automated system before we even started using it for our team, right? It was only then that we created the results that we have. And it was crazy because we were kind of like, are we ready? Are we not ready? Are we ready? Are we not ready? And then COVID hit and we said, well, we have to be ready. And we just jumped in. But the thing is, we were ready. We had what we needed together. And that's why we were able to create these results so quickly, is because we had our stuff together. We had the systems in place at that time.
So when we opened it up, here's a snapshot. We're going to give you a couple of snapshots of what happened in 90 days. So I'm just going to flip through some of these. And I love these. It literally gives me shivers to actually go through this slide. These are some of the rank advancements, just some of them that we saw on our team in the last 90 days. People who have never rank advanced before in their businesses, making money, hitting ranks that they never, ever dreamed possible. And it's so cool to see these faces. I love these people and all the success they've had in a very, very short time.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite part about all of it. And I can tell you that for me, it made network marketing the most fun it had ever been, because I was blessed. Ruth was blessed. We always had some great results. Like, I've earned company trips every year since being with the company. I've made decent money since being with the company, but nobody on my team was winning. And that wasn't fun, right? Now what I love is that our team is winning. Our team is getting results. We've got people on our team who've already qualified for our free trip. We've got people, who have hit ranks they never thought they could hit. We've got people who realize that they've unlocked parts of the compensation plan they never even knew existed. It's so exciting to see this, and it just makes it all worth it, right? And so you're probably asking yourself, can I create this myself? And yeah. So what if it was already done for you? How many of you would love for it to already be done for you? If that is you, drop us a done below.
So If you're thinking that this is way too much for me to create, it can feel a little overwhelming. I know when we first started creating it, it felt totally overwhelming. Um, then you may be in a place in your life where you want to come into a system and start experiencing the success that you finally deserve after all of the years of work and effort and rejection and connection and not getting to where you want to be, just like I was and Trish was. You might be in a place where you're going, maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's time to plug into something where people are getting massive results so quickly. So this could be right for you. We're not saying it is, but it could be if you're motivated to make $1,000 or more in your first month. If you can commit to trainings and small group calls weekly. If you have a positive get it done mindset. If you want to learn social marketing and create influence fast, and you don't want to go it alone anymore. If living a healthy and wealthy lifestyle is what you're looking for.
Because when you join our team, guys, you get this, right? It is done. So one, you're going to get the launch post lives. You're going to get messenger audits. You're going to get social media audits. You're going to get how to use our proprietary system to get more sales. We teach all of this. The blueprint for rank advancing. Free access to our online courses, including our attraction challenge, the branding box, the lead machine, traffic queue. You are going to get access to all of this for being on our team. Stuff that, again, took Ruth and I months and months. And I have to give a shout out to Rob as well, because if it weren't for him and his tech skills, none of this would even, he did a lot of the behind the scenes because we were so busy coaching people and putting this together and coming up with the ideas. It really takes a village, to put this together, but being a part of our team, this is what you get.
And just so you know, the courses that we've created, the Attraction Challenge, Branding Box, Lead Machine, and Traffic Queue, we sell those courses online, and they're literally thousands of dollars to purchase. So when you join our team, you get them for free because it's in our best interest to empower every single team member with the skills required to build a business online in the social media space and rank advance fast.
So by joining us, you're going to get our 4-week accelerator program, right? So we have the weekly small group coaching with Ruth and I. You're going to get the hands-on attraction marketing training. You're going to get free VIP access to all of our bonuses, mentorship, and online marketing courses. We have our social media post reviews, our live video reviews, our branding questions, 3-way chat reviews, access to our branding course, access to our 10 times your product sales course, our exact roadmap to $1,000 to $1,500 in your first month, which many of our new team members have already achieved. All of this is included when you join us.
So let's ask you, okay, and this is for you alone. Don't post it in the comments. I want you to think about this. Where are you currently at in your business? Be honest with yourself. Where are you currently at? Are you making the money that you deserve to make based on the effort you're putting in, right? Are you feeling stuck with something? Are you feeling overwhelmed with something? Where are you currently at? Now let's look at it this way. In a perfect world, say it's a year from now, what's your business doing for your life? Where do you want to be in your business? Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to stay home with your kids. Maybe you want to pay off some debt to get rid of that financial burden. Maybe you just want to feel part of an amazing community and feel like you're valuable and worthwhile and recognized. Where do you want to be in your business, right? So based on where you're at today and based on where you want to be, say a year from now, what do you think the gap is? What's missing? What's missing from your business? Are you missing mentorship? Are you missing support? Are you missing, have you lost the fire, right? Have you lost the energy? Are you missing a team? Does your team have energy that you can, motivate yourselves. So what's missing? What's the missing gap? What's the gap that's going to take you from where you are today to where you need to be? And could what we offer fill that gap for you?
And I love that because, you know, when you think about it, where you want to be in that next 12 to 24 months, right? The bottom line is time is going to go on no matter what you choose to do. So it's what you're going to do in that time. What are you going to do that's going to change that outcome in 12 months or change that outcome in 24 months? Because if you continue to do what you're currently doing, you're going to continue to get the same result you've been getting. And that's okay if you're okay with it. But I know for me, I wasn't okay with it, right? I knew I wanted bigger, I wanted better. I know Ruth is the same way. And I feel like that is what we have a team of now, of people who feel that same way. So, oh, go ahead, Ruth. Yeah.
And I was going to just add on to that, Trish. That's why we made the shift.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where we had to draw a line in the sand and say, hey, we're putting in all this work. We're go-getters. We're smart women, but it is not working. And we had to make the shift. Otherwise, we would have never been where we are today. Never in a million years if we had kept doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, 100%. And so guys, maybe you're not sure yet, right? And you love your company, you love your products, but are you frustrated and stuck in your business and not getting anywhere? Because that's what you need to be asking yourself, because sometimes you can love your products and your company, but if you're not getting where you want to go, you've got to do one of two things, right? You either, one, need to get the skill set to build your own system so that you can get where you want to go, or two, you're going to need to make a change so that you can plug into a system to get to where you want to go. That's really it. It's really just those two things. So we're going to tell you, you can join us. You can take a test drive and discover what we have for just $49. And here's the really cool thing. With the program that we've got right now, when you sign up for $49, you get a $49 free product credit. So you actually sign up for nothing. It's a wash. But it would allow you to come in and take a test drive, look and see what we have, jump into some of our trainings, let us do a strategy call with you, let us show you exactly what you need to do to get to where you want to go, and see if this is something for you. Because if you're just so attached that you can't make that change, but you're not going to be any further ahead in 12 months, why are you going to stay there, right? And where if you could make this change, still be a product user maybe for what you have, that's perfectly fine. But have a team of people who are going to teach you the skill set you need and who you're going to be able to run with and get to where you want to go. Isn't that what it's really all about?
So if you're sitting there and you're watching and you feel like you want more information, we understand it's tough to make a decision. That's a big decision like this. Then either get back to the person who invited you to this group and have a chat with them about, what's happened in their business. How have they progressed in terms of their learning, in terms of their rank advancements, in terms of, what they've done in the last less than 90 days. And or we invite you to have a strategy session with us. So you can either hop on my calendar or Trisha's calendar, and we can sit down with you and figure out, what is the missing gap in your business and whether we have something that might be able to help you fill that. So you feel free to hop on our calendars. It's just calendly.com, Ruth Sheridan or Trisha Verzera, /20 minutes, and we'd be more than happy to have a chat with you.
Absolutely. So guys, if you know you want to make a change, right? Because sometimes people are ready, drop us an I'm in, right? Or get back to the person who invited you here. Either is fine. And we'd be happy to chat with you. And if you're not quite sure, then feel free to jump on a strategy session with you. And if ultimately you're like, no, I'm good, that's okay too. Come on back every week. We're going to continue to give you great training, teach you different skills, share with you how you can, grow your business. We just want to make sure that you're achieving what it is that you want in life.
Absolutely. And we've got some really great trainings coming up. I know we're diving deeper into Instagram in some of the upcoming weeks, and excited about those trainings and hope to see you back here real soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. If you got value from this today, drop us a value. All right. Drop us a value. And we will see you next week.
Bye for now.
Bye.